Alright folks, this is Harris Sultan and things are changing quite rapidly in the social media landscape, especially concerning the UK, Europe and now the US, because Elon Musk has been accused by some in the UK of fueling ongoing racial and sectarian tensions. The UK's top cop, Mark Rowley, even suggested, albeit without naming him directly, that keyboard warriors living outside the UK could also be extradited. Many saw that as a direct message to Elon Musk. Yeah, the same Mark Rowley who violently threw a journalist's microphone when he asked about the accusations of two-tier policing.
Are we going to end two-tier policing, sir?
Very thuggish, Mark Rowley, and hence it's not surprising for him to try and bully innocent civilians for merely expressing their opinions online. But Elon Musk, thankfully, is no ordinary citizen. Check out his warning video.
That because we have seen some high-profile figures whipping up the hatred. You talked about it in there with the officers, in fact, about this being added to by online commentary. I mean, I'm even thinking of the likes of Elon Musk getting involved. What are you considering when it comes to dealing with people who are whipping up this kind of behaviour from behind a keyboard, maybe in a different country?
Being a keyboard warrior does not make you safe from the law. You can be guilty of offences of incitement, of stirring up racial hatred. There are numerous terrorist offences regarding the sort of publishing of material. All of those offences are in play if people are provoking hatred and violence on the streets, and we will come after those individuals just as we will physically confront on the streets the thugs and the obs who are causing the problems for community.
This suggestion was widely mocked by legal experts, both from the UK and the US, as Musk is not only a multi-billionaire and the world's richest man, but also a US citizen. In short, he can't be extradited as the UK's draconian hate speech laws do not apply to American citizens, and hopefully not to ordinary Australian citizens like myself either. Because unlike Elon Musk, I don't have billions of dollars. Given the direction two-tier Kia is heading, I'm half expecting a knock on my door too. Or maybe he's just full of hot air. But it's not just Keir Starmer. Remember this former First Minister of Scotland, Humza Yousaf?
The Lord Justice Clerk, white. Every High Court judge, white, 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 white. Every chair of every public body is white.
Yes, the guy who complained about too many white people in Scotland is now accusing Elon Musk of being a racist and has even hinted at suing him. To which Elon replied, "He's obviously a super racist against white people. I dare that scumbag to sue me. Go ahead, make my day." He further added, legal discovery will show that however big a racist he's been in public communications, he's vastly worse in private communications. I don't know about you, but if Elon has something on Humza Yousaf, then I think it's his civic duty to share it with all of us. Let's see if Yousaf actually follows through with his threat. That's just the UK versus Elon Musk, and so far it looks like Elon has nothing to worry about. Elon has previously stated that free speech is the bedrock of democracy. That's why it's the First Amendment. Without free speech, all is lost. So, I don't think the world's richest man is going to cave into threats from UK politicians anytime soon. However, it's not just the UK that's trying to bully the world's richest man. The EU has also started subtly threatening Elon Musk over his insistence on protecting free speech for all of us. So why is the EU going after Elon Musk? Well, Musk recently expressed his support for Donald Trump and interviewed him on his platform X. It's no secret that the establishment isn't a fan of Donald Trump, especially given his threats to pull out of NATO and withdraw support for Ukraine. Personally, I believe the West, particularly the US, must defend Ukraine, a fellow democracy, against the mad tyrant like Vladimir Putin. However, Trump makes a good point that US taxpayers shouldn't be footing the bill for Europe's security. NATO members haven't been paying their fair share, which is 2.5% of the GDP, towards their defense. This is unfair to American taxpayers, and Trump has threatened to pull out of NATO and cut support for Ukraine. So, in a nutshell, this is why everyone hates Trump and everyone who is associated with him, such as Elon Musk. I don't hate Trump because as the president of the US, his first and foremost priority is the well-being of US taxpayers. Good on you, Trump. Couple that with the riots in the UK, to which UK politicians, especially Keir Starmer, are to blame. Not Elon, who is just the messenger in this equation. But now it looks like the EU is also coming after Musk. Check out his letter from Thierry Breton, written under the European Commission's letterhead. The tone is pretty harsh with some threats of serious action. Let's go through it. I won't bore you with all the details, but I'll summarize it. This letter came right after Elon announced that he'd be interviewing Trump, and this EU official jumped into action and said, I am writing to you in the context of recent events in the UK and in relation to the planned broadcast on your platform X of a live conversation between a US presidential candidate and yourself, which will also be accessible to users in the EU. If this isn't direct interference in US elections by foreign politicians, then I don't know what is. A US billionaire, a US platform holder, is interviewing a US presidential candidate for mainly the US audience. But this guy is worried about it? What business does he have in the US democratic process? Mr. Thierry Breton, I think you should be looking at all legal options because you have just interfered in a foreign country's democratic process. And not just any foreign country, but the world's most powerful democracy like the United States of America. Now I really hope Trump becomes president. He said EU citizens would also be able to watch it because you're broadcasting it on X. Oh, hello! No matter who interviewed Donald Trump, people from all over the world would have been able to watch it online anyway. We all saw Donald Trump and Joe Biden's debate, even though it was for an American audience. Who do they think they're fooling? The EU official stresses the necessity for X to protect freedom of expression and media pluralism. How very gracious of them. Focus on this part. While simultaneously implementing effective measures to prevent the amplification of harmful content that could incite violence, hate, or disorder. Basically, he's saying, if we tell you to censor speech, then you better do it. But also, are you implying that Donald Trump, a former US president and potentially the next president, might say something that could incite hate or disorder? So a US presidential candidate can't even talk to his people? Whoa, this is next level of meddling in US's internal affairs, and I hope Trump's administration goes after these people. Anyway, here comes the threat. Non-compliance could have serious implications for civic discourse and public safety. The letter points out that formal proceedings are already ongoing against X under the DSA. If this is not intimidation, then I don't know what is. The commission official urges Musk to promptly ensure the effectiveness of your system, meaning ban the people we tell you to. Otherwise, the European Commission will not hesitate to make full use of our enforcement tools, including the adoption of interim measures, if necessary to protect EU citizens from significant harm. Basically, he's saying that he's going to take away X from Europe. This is Chinese-style censoring. And these people want to lecture China or Russia or the Middle East? You want to ban X? Good luck with that. He's upset that Elon isn't caving in to empty threats. Whether it's Keir Starmer or Hamza Yusuf, Elon isn't slowing down. Good on you, Elon. With Elon throwing his support behind Trump, that's got a lot of people worried. Why are they worried? Well, despite this latter, Elon Musk went ahead and interviewed Donald Trump, in which, among many things, he said this.
To finish this up, we're going to have the largest deportation in history of this country, and we have no choice.
Well, I don't need to say anything more. You guys are smart enough, so I will ask you, why do you think everyone is coming after Elon Musk? Do you think Elon Musk will give in? Or do you think they're coming after Elon Musk because they are actually going after Donald Trump? Let me know in the comments below. Oh, and before you go, I have to tell you, my videos often get demonetized, so my channel relies very heavily on the support of people like yourself. You can support me by becoming a patron on patreon.com/Sultan, or you can buy me a coffee on buymeacoffee.com/Sultan, or you can just drop a super thanks. But if you can't afford it, it, that's perfectly fine. Just like, share, and subscribe. That'll do. Until next time, ta-da. If you'd like to support my work, you can become my patron by going to patreon.com/Sultan, or you can simply buy me a coffee.